I honestly think Celeste has something to do with this. Because she moved us around during that whole thing. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Blue tarp has been added to the true bullets section. That makes sense. And there's blue tarps in the equipment room. So somebody would have used one of the tarps from the equipment room to drag him here. And they probably used the dolly, I'm guessing, for Hifumi. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh, but wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? Wait, was it? I didn't notice it if it was. So they would have moved him from the equipment room to the art room, which isn't really that far. And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. Remember his body was missing and it had that like streak, the 2 streaks, that was the dolly. They moved Taka with a dolly then on a tarp. How the hell, wait, Hifumi was dead in the nurse's office, right? How the hell did he get up here? What's the explanation for that? How the hell did Hifumi get up here? Hifumi's big cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was a killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the 1st floor to the 3rd, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in a nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. He cleaned them so he could see. He was alive at one point. I think when we saw him in the nurse's office, he wasn't dead. That's how he moved. He got up here himself. Because he was helping out Celeste, I think. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Fumi's glasses. I think he wasn't dead when he was in the nurse's office. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Ifumi said when he died was, yeah, he said Hiro's name.
In other words,
then there is no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
what?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is why they bother killing 2 people.
What?
Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Alright, we checked everything in here, didn't we? There's only one way out of this room. Through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. So Hina's not lying, and Hina and Sakura were together. So Hifumi got Taka up here. I think Hifumi was one moved body. He moved Taka up here, locked the room, and then just died. I would think he would have bled everywhere if he was doing that. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and unlocked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository, so that certain someone had to have been in the room beforehand. There's got to be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office where Fumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. We probably should try to figure out where in the hell Kyoko and Hiro are. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, there's a tarp missing. I think there were 3 here before. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. We're assuming that was used to kill Taka. It probably was, but... There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on his tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Equipment room bloodstain has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Ifumi? Ifumi's body was in a nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. I've had this theory going back to like that time where Hifumi was making tea for Celeste. I remember commenting on it that you might get people working together. I just don't know why Hifumi would let himself get killed. Huh, this tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before and just recently too. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Yeah, we definitely need to check the nurse's room, but I'm going to move around a little bit and just see if anything comes up. Hiro or Kyoko or anything like that. Just be thorough and work our way down. Let's check the rec room. Celeste. Was she really attacked with this Justice Hammer 1? What the heck is with this thing? I mean, if they wanted to make it look good and actually have her get injured, but they didn't really play that up, she gets hit with the lightest hammer, kind of makes sense. Yeah, because if we don't find Kyoko and Hiro, I'm wondering how the trial is going to work. Celeste. I wonder what you've done in here since I was last here. The refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. It doesn't help me though, I'm not a vampire. Isn't that convenient? Justice Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Ifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. It's just a normal trash can. Huh? Wait, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. Yeah, this is very obviously coming together here. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. But it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in a trash can.
Huh?
Cleaning cloth. And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. And who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either. I don't know who would be running around with a tissue with an anime character on it. But I think it might be important. Especially since it's that pudgy princess character that he kept going on about. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in a nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yes, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time.
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Yeah, this is her. I'm telling you, Celeste. I have to be right this time. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have. I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hiro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
I'm surprised he would repay a debt even though I don't know what it was. Yasuhiro's message has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Yeah, where would that come into play? So he said to go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Alright, yeah, this is getting weird. This is getting really weird. Let's check Kyoko's room. Doesn't have anything to do with the case. Where the hell's Kyoko? Taka, who did this to him? The door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Byakuya did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. This is Hiro's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where to even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up, which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? Yeah. Wow. How did Makoto not get anything for his room, but Yasuhiro's room is all fancy, and didn't Hina have a bunch of cool stuff in her room? Like, I don't know what it was, not necessarily cool, but there was stuff in it. I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and some things are made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hiro's room. But wait, these blueprints, something about them bothers me. Yeah, the writing isn't the same as his note. The writing style is different. It's a normal bed, pretty much just like the one in my room. I soundlessly checked the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy, though. How does the bathroom even get this dirty? Alright, so nothing here then else other than that. And that's what he meant by that hint, that note that he gave us. Makoto, big news, big news. What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, it wasn't done. There's even more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice. It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. I'm predicting they set up Hiro here. I think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran off to the second floor as fast as I could. I think Celeste set up Hiro. Oh, you're all over there. Kyoko and...
I mean...
Phew. Man, I have had the worst day. Hiro? Apparently, that ridiculous object is Hiro. I'd ask Kyoko for the details if I were you. Okay, so we'll talk to Kyoko last time. I am positive that is the suspicious individual that attacked me. Robo Justice finally made his appearance, huh? I guess Kyoko's the one that found him. Hiro?
Oh, hey, Makoto.
Yeah, duh. Who else would I be? That's a good question. What? Why do I look like this? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? So he might have been drugged.
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean.
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Wow.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind? She probably is. First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me to just look at you.
Huh?
Well,
Let me out of here!
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all wrong!
I didn't make the stupid freaking thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back is keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. He can't get it off on his own. Why would he put himself in a costume that he can't get off on his own? And if he can't get it off, then how can he get it on? We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a second.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well. Yeah, they were, weren't they, Celeste?
Is that okay?
In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. Hey, I have a question. How does she know the blueprints were found in this room? None of us brought that up yet. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Unless she found them, since Byakuya found them. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone was Hiro. Nah. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up. Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided you killed them.
Please.
What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costume attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're going to be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is?
Yeah, that ain't working.
I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
They said that you can't push that dolly without bending at the waist. So if he couldn't have got out of the costume, he couldn't have pushed the dolly because he can't bend at the waist.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's 'cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same but fits him.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
Terrible.
Which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's happening. Could someone, tell me? Robo Justice costume has been added to the True Bullet section of your handbook.
Oh.
I certainly did not expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. But where has Kyoko been hiding all this time? I have no idea.
Then perhaps...
Perhaps she really is working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? But you're quite protective of her, yes? That's because she's helped me out so much until now. If I were the mastermind, then it's exactly what I would do to earn your trust. It's looking more and more like it really was a setup.
What the heck?
There's no talking your way out of this one. You did it, everyone knows it. So Byakuya is actually intelligent enough to realize this is a setup.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What?
2 people.
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
Please.
I did not.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it.
So then...
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30% right.
Which means alter ego and or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Unfortunate.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so then.
I know that note. Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on, he could be onto something. The nurse's office did have some chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
Well, really? I told you someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please.
You gotta believe me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck, for serious? Yes, Hero's account has been added, so Celeste took the note off him before they put him in that robo suit. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Hina, you dumbass.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hero. It's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why.
Please.
That's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. You have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right?
What?
Ah, you're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet don't fail me now. Guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation. Oh, thank God, at least you're not Byakuya.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey.
So Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses. I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer? Anyway, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Alright, we need to go to wherever the bodies are, which would be the art repository. Here we go. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
Monokuma File was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth and she was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
So,
Doesn't Kyoko get creeped out poking at dead bodies and stuff? Apparently not. Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did.
Whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch.
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. If you notice the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock, that would mean that he had his encounter before Celeste apparently got attacked. Because she got attacked at 7, I believe. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey you, how long were you going to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added to the true bullet section of your handbook.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out? Me? Oh, grow up, Makoto. It's just a dead guy's hand.
because
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it? I wonder if it's the same kind of paper that was on that note.
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Afumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Afumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper has been added. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Afumi's massive corpse. From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all that without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office. But when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that and why? So, did you find anything?
indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper.
That's right.
Ifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden.
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? Wait, so you brave woman knew.
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important to Fumi or I'll never forgive you for this. A note. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Okay, so whoever it was sent a note to Kiyotaka, because around 6 o'clock he got his watch broke.
so
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
however,
Although it's not exactly the same, is it?
Um,
Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find us, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. So that would have been a lot earlier. That would have given him time to get him set up in his little box thing. Time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet him at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Ifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on, just because Ifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So,
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. Wonder if Ifumi killed Taka, and in the process, he ripped the note away from Taka to get rid of the evidence. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi had has been added to the Treat Boys section. Well, I'm assuming that scrap of paper came off that note because that note's missing a scrap of paper.
Hey.
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-books on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind. Okay. Wait, is it trial time already?
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Oh, that was quick.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. Sad time again. Feels like this investigation happened very quickly. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello. 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 He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I'm multiplied. Can you guys tell which one of us is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along. Long. We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay, then shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. She is so hell-bent on Hero that there's a small part of me that's wondering if she's got something to do with this. I hope not. I don't see how she could. I mean, it could have been her instead of Celeste, maybe. I don't know. I was so wrong last time that it wouldn't surprise me.
What the heck?
Told you already I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... you, the viewer. I'm kidding, you didn't kill anybody. Someone right here. I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. Hina, you're starting to make me suspect you're so diehard about this. I think they're kind of painting you as an airhead a little bit, but still. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. This trial will be over in no time.
Hey,
The story begins when we get down there. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me. It wasn't Hero.
Yes, yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. Alright, here we go. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was on board, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move.